Kevin, Paul Blart 2. It took a few years, a couple of discussions to get rolling, I understand, but there was something about him that you wanted to return to. What was that?
When a character, you feel like when you're writing a script, when people, first of all, were asking me constantly, and the first one did better than expected for us, we thought there was something that, wow, we might have, struck a nerve with people, and they want to see this character, and they found him endearing and wanted to root for him. So we, were not planning on doing a sequel until people were coming up and saying, we need to see him again.
And your Segway skills, mad right now?
they were pretty good in there. I had to get better at it, because the first one I took a lot of falls. I fell a lot. But this one, I definitely had to up my game with it and write a bigger one, too, which was scary, because it's not the same. It doesn't handle the same.
Is it like riding a bicycle? Once you learn, you can never really forget?
It was similar to that in that I felt that once, the learning curve the second time, after I dropped it for 6 years, coming back to it was a lot quicker. You pick it up quicker, which is like similar to bicycle riding, but it's a little different. It's, because you have to maneuver around things, and with a bicycle, I still feel more comfortable. The Segway can still always get away from you.
Oh, yeah!
Please don't.
Oh! Missed it! Oh!
Blart. See that? That's not good.
How do you find time for your stand-up comedy and writing new jokes in between all of your projects?
Well, that's the thing. It was a long time coming that I wasn't writing enough jokes, and I was kind of doing the same, and I felt like, man, I gotta sit down. So right after we shot a lot of these movies, we blocked off some time, and I wrote a lot of material, and I tried out in the clubs, and we went out and we toured briefly with some new stuff.
Because it's a great year for you. I mean, this film, you're also doing Little Boy and then Pixels.
Pixels and Hotel Transylvania too. This is probably the biggest year of our career.
You're also returning to TV?
Yes. I missed it because, as long as I was able to continue to do movies, which I'm happy to do, and I love, and it's part of, my gosh, my biggest joy is doing some films. But also TV, I missed it, performing in front of a live audience. That's why I still do stand-up. And, shooting in front of a studio audience, I had so much fun on The King of Queens doing that I kind of want to bring that back and get back into that genre.
Is there something you get from making movies that you don't get from TV that fulfills you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun process, too, because you get to play different characters. In the TV series, you're that character, and that's it for as long as the run of the show. So this, you get to do different things and kind of go back. And, I mean, I love this character so much, that's why I went back to it. But you get to play different things. In Pixels, I play the president, or, in Grown Ups, I play one of the buddies. It's all, even if there's still me, and it's myself in the character, it's slightly different. So I enjoyed that.
Can I ask you, as a professional who's been doing this for many years and juggling all the different aspects of it, would you have any advice for Trevor Noah, our South African new guy who's coming into The Daily Show? He's going to be hosting.
That's a different genre.
Yeah.
The talk show host world that's completely something I've never done, or I would be afraid to do too, because you have to be, it's weird. You got to be giving and being able to know when to come in there. Like Letterman is the greatest, and Jimmy Fallon is great at it. And
but I mean, you're a comedian. The way you've managed to use it to become, because he does stand-up in America. So I was just thinking about how you do, you do stand-up, you do all sorts of things.
Stand-up is the core for me for everything. It's like my home base. It's the nucleus, because you learn stand-up. You're in front of a live audience. You bounce it off. You get feedback immediately. And we literally use a lot of the jokes that we've done and kind of structure it to use it in the sitcoms, to use it in the movies, and it keeps you fresh. For some reason, that performing keeps you moving around, and it's kind of like exercising a muscle, and you get better at it and stronger, and that's why I like to, it's really the hub of everything else I do.